Hello, furball lovers. This is day 3, and we have our little pooch here. We took a little bit of a break today. I didn't really train too much. We were doing a lot of potty training stuff, which has been a little bit of a challenge, but it's been going good. And so Bandit, he's been, I think, feeling a little bit left out, a little sad and mopey around the house. So we're gonna try to include him more inside of these videos so he feels like a part of the family, which he is. It's kind of difficult sometimes, like having a new dog come into a house and he's very old, he doesn't really want to play too much. And so we've been trying to navigate that, but I think they're doing better. I try to play, tug of war and stuff with them. And so tonight, I am just going to continue with training as far as sit, down. We're going to try to get the word, the command word in with down. And then I'm going to play around with a little bit of targeting, I think. Targeting is a really useful technique to be able to manipulate your dog or move your dog from one position to another, they're standing in someone's way. I just use touch for the command word, and I'll just put out my hand and I've kind of trained Bandit, once again a little bit deaf, so it's a little hard to demonstrate with him, which is convenient, but we'll be doing that with her, and I'll show you guys the beginning phases of how to do target as well. So we'll start with Bandit here. Like I said, a little bit deaf, so I mostly use hand signals with them. Yeah, you're a big boy. Bro? Are you pretty? Okay. So you can see with him, we've treated him or trained him to do posing, and we taught him posing via targeting. And so with the pretty command, if you teach him how to touch your hand, you'll see, touch. Okay. So you can see when I put out my hand, even if you can't hear me, he knows what to do because I've worked on him with targeting. And so that's how I trained him to do the posing. So run. Are you pretty? Like that, okay. And he can't do it for very long right now, but if I ask him to do more, it's kind of our thing that he has to do a little bit better. So more. Are you pretty? Are you pretty? Okay. Once again, older dog. He used to be able to hold that pose for a long time, but he can't hold for quite as long anymore. So now we're gonna try to distract him so I can go with the other dog. I'm just gonna start with simple sit. Wait until she's in position. Okay. Not when she's moving. I'm going to try to position it so you guys can see both dogs. Front. Stay. Hey, no. So now I'm going to ignore him. She actually did a little pose there for a second. Okay. Okay. I'm curious how well dogs learn by imitation. So Bandit does the little pretty pose, and then I'm not sure if she did that because of that or if she just did it naturally because it's closer to my hand, so she's trying to get close to it. So I'm gonna get him to try to get used to waiting. No. And I'm not yelling at him, he just can't hear me. So I'm gonna try to refresh him with sitting and actually staying. Roll. Okay. And so I encourage her to stay in place by staying still, staying over her. And I encourage her to get up after I say the release word by moving away from her. And so right now I'm just building that association. Run. Okay. So we're teaching her how to stay. And right now, if I moved away from her before I said okay, she would just get right up because she hasn't built that association. But over time, we're going to use that no reward marker, just saying no and removing attention. And then that'll build a negative association. So if she gets up before she's supposed to, then I'll say no, I'll ignore her, and then I'll just keep rewarding her when she does the correct thing. And the ratio you're trying to shoot for is 80% positive to negative. You always want your dog to succeed, at least the majority of the time. You want to challenge them a little bit. So I'll extend the duration between when I ask her to sit and when I actually release her from that position to kind of increase the difficulty level. Right now the difficulty level is low, we're in our kitchen, but we'll go out to the street corner eventually when she's a little bit better. And then we'll go to the dog park, and you just have to slowly increase the difficulty of the command. And make sure she's succeeding along the way. If you increase it too much, then she's just going to fail constantly. She's going to get discouraged, and that's not good for training in general. Run. Okay. And also what I'll try to do is like release her when she meets my eyes. And that encourages her to make eye contact. And eventually I can say, look at me, like with Bandit, when you could hear me, and you'd actually like look into my eyes. And it's really handy to be able to like get your dog to focus on you. Okay. Yeah. Bro? Flat? Flat? No. Bro? Come on, buddy. Flat? He really does not like the little dog. It's a little bit difficult to like train excitable dogs together. Once they're a little bit better trained, it's easier to like do it when there's two of them. But right now, Bandit's the calm one, she's the one distracting him. And so I'm gonna like kind of just feed him and keep him out of the way for now. But you guys will definitely see him around the house. But we'll focus on her for right now. Bro? She getting distracted? Okay. So I'm not doing it too long right now. It's okay, you can go in the picture. We'll keep him distracted, bro. Oh boy. Bro? I'll do that right now, why not? Okay, so we'll try to train targeting right now. This is one of my favorite ones. So there's like two different theories with like which hand you should target with. I think for targeting specifically because it's trying to get the dog to touch your hand, maybe you don't want to do the food hand. So I'm going to try to target with this hand, which has no food or anything like that. I'll have the food into my left hand. And I think that's generally the better way to do it, but it's a little bit easier to just use the left hand for like the hand commands and things like that. Maybe I should have like a food pouch or something, but we'll see. So to target, you just kind of like, we have to tempt her into the behavior somehow, and dogs are curious, so I'm just going to put my hand next to her, and when she goes up and touches my hand, I'll click, I'll give a reward, right? I just keep doing that more and more, and I'm just catching her by, I'm using her curiosity to get her in position, kind of. Oh, good. And right away, I'll kind of add in that release word. I'll just say it right away. So as soon as she touches my hand, I'll click, and then I'll release her immediately because she obviously doesn't know that I want her to extend touching my hand. But I'll try to build the association with the release word and her moving away from my hand. So even though I'm feeding it out of the other hand, she's going to build this association with touching my hand. Oh, and I didn't have a command word in there. Come on. Touch. And I'm adding in the command word so early because I'm very confident that she is going to do what I want her to do. She's done it every single time. She's a puppy. She's curious. And so I'm very confident that I can get her to obey me right now. We'll go over here. Bandit. Is it like hard to get off the ground? It's like sticky. Okay. Touch. I forgot to add the release word. Bandit's distracted me. It's okay. Touch. Okay. So to encourage her to not touch my hand anymore, I'm just going to move my hand away. Pretty simple. Touch. Okay. Touch. Okay. And this one's kind of easy because you can kind of do it rapidly. Touch. She didn't touch. Oh, Bandit knows. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Go. He's so cute. He's a little bit chubby, but he's very cool. Touch. Okay. Coming back for more, baby. It's nice with Bandit because he's like very like lazy and easygoing. So he's not really gonna he's not gonna get jealous or anything like that. Just tell me.
I can give him some food.
Oh, okay. My girlfriend keeps making like hand gestures at me behind the camera and then expects me to like translate them somehow. No, it's such a Oh, that's it. Touch. Okay. And it's really nice with her because she's very food motivated. Touch. Okay. You can do this one really fast. Touch. Okay. fall over, I think. Go over there, baby.
Baby,
Wow. Touch.
baby.
Okay. So you notice there she paused for a little bit, and I just didn't click. So you're trying to like, she came close to touching my target hand, but she didn't quite get there. I don't click, and she's like, why didn't you click? And then she comes back again, a little bit curious, because I built that association just a little bit, and then I click and I mark that behavior. So now she's like every little behavior like that, we try to be as consistent, as accurate as possible, and that's how you can do like the quickest training, because she's gonna learn this in like a day, I guarantee it. Touch. Okay. And it's fun trying to coordinate if you have other dogs. You can just put them in the other room, but it's banded. I'm not gonna put them in the other room. Touch. Okay. So you okay with the touch late there? So now, like if we're working out, we want to do muscle confusion or something where you mix it up. So if I keep doing the same command over and over and over again, it's going to be less effective, because like, you know, if you're studying Spanish and you study one word and you just do that word 80 million times, you'll probably learn that word, but it'll probably be more effective if you studied one word, then another word, then another word, and then you come back to that first word. So now we're going to go back to like just the sit training, then we'll go into the down. Bro. Okay. And because this is the first time doing it again, I'm just doing it a little bit quicker. I'm not going to have her stay for too long, because once again, we want her to succeed like 80% of the time. Wow. I love how curious she is with her nose. Bro. Okay. Bro. Okay. So building that association some more. Now what I'll do is I'll do kind of down how you probably should be doing it. Because to do luring effectively, you have to train targeting first. Because like, it's easy to lure with the food or the hand that has food in it, but because they just smell it and you just follow their nose. But if you do it with the other hand, you don't have food in it, they're not going to follow it naturally. It's more effective to lure your dog with the other hand once you've taught them how to target, because then they just follow hands around essentially looking for a reward. Okay. So I released her right away because I noticed that she was starting to get up. And I just want her to succeed. You don't want to make it too difficult for them, right? Oh, I did it with this hand? No. So she got up early. I'm just building that negative reinforcer, that no reward marker. If she does something I don't like, it's like the clicker. I just say no. That marks the bad behavior, builds the negative reinforcement, which is going to be, or not negative reinforcement, negative punishment, which is me removing attention from her, removing the chance of a reward. I'll do this hand. Okay. And as you get her better and better, you can kind of phase out a little bit of the rewards. Right now I'm giving her a reward every single time I click, but in a day or two, I'll probably start giving her a reward only when I release her from the command. But it's still an effective way of marking the behavior because she's built up this secondary reinforcer, which is the clicker now. Every time I click, she knows she's gonna get food. Okay. So there, I did not give her a reward when she got into position, only when I released her from position. Oh no. Yeah. It's crazy how different it is if you lose that sense of hearing. Like you can't hear the food hitting the ground. Hey. So we're still not using the command word. Okay. There I gave her a command when she got into position. It's a little bit easier to deliver the reward when you do it from the same hand that you lure with, because I just open my hand, whereas now I'm having to like move my reward hand around my body. And so like a lot of trainers would tell you like you can't lure with the reward hand, which can be, it's not like that big of a deal though. Like you're still getting them into the, yeah, he's a big boy. Okay. I can't find him. Yeah. Hopefully if I like throw enough, it'll be like a little puzzle for him over there. Like go around in circles. Furby! Yeah, she's starting to learn her name. Good girl. Call like Furby. Furbilicious. Good. So I'm just gonna reward that one right there. Okay. Just because I was doing down for a little bit, so I'm doing that muscle confusion. Now I'll do a different command. Touch. Okay. She kind of moved away from it immediately. Touch. No. So in that position, like if you say the command word, she doesn't fulfill the command within a couple of seconds. That's where you can say the negative, the no, what is it called? I always forget the word for that. But the word that marks the bad behavior. I just say it called no reward mark. That's what it's called. But you just say no. You remove attention. You remove the chance for her to get a reward, and then you wait for a little bit and you just try it again. Cool. And I want her to succeed. So I'm gonna do something easy. And I think we've kind of reached the period where she's starting to not be as interested. Bandit's still very interested. Good boy. Okay. Bro, are you pretty? Are you pretty? Okay. He's so cute with that. You still able to hold it for like a minute.
I can try with Bandit.
You want to try it with him?
Bandit. Bandit. Rump.
You have to do like the hand gesture because you can't hear
Rump.
very well.
Hey,
I
Bandit.
don't have food.
Bandit.
Okay.
Bandit. Rump. Rump.
Yeah.
Are you pretty? Are you pretty?
You gotta release him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good job.
Right there. But you can see how challenging it is, like when they start to lose their sense of hearing. It's like weird at the park. I either have to like yell at him from like 3 feet away, like, hey, good boy! Or or like if I do hand gestures, he's really good because like he checks in on us periodically, so he'll walk, 10, 15 yards away and then he'll turn around. But I can imagine if your dog like wasn't that attentive to you, he would just like wander off the park. Okay, so like I was saying with her, she's getting to the point where she's less interested in training. You're pushing 10, 15 minutes or so. She's not as responsive as she usually is. And so what I like to do in that situation is you like end on a high note. So I'm just gonna do something nice and easy. I'm gonna give her a jackpot reward, which is just more reward than normal. And then we'll just like end our session right there. Wrong? Good girl. Okay. I'm giving her a lot of food now. Not tons, but like 4 slices instead of 1. I just do like a little, maybe dime-sized pieces of turkey. It's low fat. Dogs love it. And I'll give Bandit one more reward. No, here's a boy. Alright, well that's it for day 3. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I guess I should say like and subscribe now. And so I'll catch you next time. Thank you.